good.
Well, there's a gore scene in that reminds me of a few scenes in this, and there's a scene in Brightburn, the gore there.
Oh yeah, that one. That one. I was like, how you died, sir?
And they show it, dude. They don't shy away from it.
I know.
Shit.
Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch the Movie. I'm Mike.
I'm Jay.
We got a treat for you tonight, a little backwoods leg chewing treat.
Y'all want to go hiking with us? Y'all want to go hiking with us and hunt some elk and drink some natural light, bitch? Woo-wee!
Yeah! We don't like no strange boys and girls, hipster people walking around in our fucking woods, man. That's my living room. That's where, hey, you just came through the woods. I was molded by it. You know what I'm saying?
I came up from the goddamn ground itself. Ain't nothing but soul and toll in my veins. Thank you very much. You better get out my fucking neighborhood if you ain't gonna be about the land.
I can smell your juices.
Look, man, when I wake up in the morning, I have nothing to drink but Valvoline straight up fucking oil. I drink that shit.
Get it in you
too. It burned me a little bit. You gotta be careful when you smoke that.
Hey, that'll make you a man, Bubby.
Dude, that's how I roll my cigarettes.
I called you Bubby. Oh shit. All right, we're done with that now. I was unaware that the shooter were fighters.
Well, you can't help it, man. This movie gets you in that mode.
Yeah, it does. It does. So the reboot of Wrong Turn by Mike Nelson, the director of The Domestics, and written by Alan McElroy, if I'm saying that name wrong, who wrote fucking Halloween 4, dude. The writer of Halloween 4 wrote this.
Well, no wonder this movie was a blast in the pants. I loved it.
It was. I loved it too, dude. I think it's going to be we were talking about this before, but I think some people are not going to like it, and we'll get into why. But as a movie, I thought it was fucking fantastic, man. I enjoyed the shit out of it.
Yeah, the pacing was great. The scares were good. The story was actually really good. I really did dig the story, and the directions and the way that they shot it looked good. And you know, not just that, the cast was likable. I liked all the cast, even the even the grungy. I hang down there by the gas station. I don't like fucking nobody. I like that guy. I liked them all. Like I really did. Even though there was a few though, I was like, damn, man. Like, I mean, I know they're bad guys technically and they're hillbillies, but they look like some fucking neighbors of mine in Kentucky.
you see that shit at Applebee's, Walmart every week, man.
Hey, man, on Saturday night, if you go down to a place called Clark's Pumpkin Shop, like in my town, they hang out by the dozens.
And we're not making fun of Kentuckians necessarily here. We're just saying that the people in this movie are way more realistic by far than the people in the other Wrong Turn movies. And here's the reason I say that some people aren't going to like it is because it's not like the other Wrong Turn films. I think I'd say there's a gigantic starting portion of the film that does the Wrong Turn thing, and fans are going to love that. And I actually dare to say that they do the Wrong Turn thing better than 90% of the other Wrong Turn films do. The parts where they're lost in the woods and weird shit's happening are actually fucking lots of jump moments, and not just dumb jump scares, but really creepy shit that'll shake you out of your goddamn soul a few times, man. Like this movie fucking had me jump out of my chair 3 or 4 times in the first half of it.
Your panties might get full. There's no doubt about that when you watch it in the dark. But here's the thing. See, it's weird. I got a little startled now and again, but I didn't get like that bad scared of it as I thought I would. What I enjoyed the most was, for me, while as I watched it, like, I know it's going to be listed as a horror movie, and I mean, for good reason, but in the way I watched, in the way I viewed it, in the way that I saw the movie, I just felt like it was more of a survival, like suspense thriller type of a movie with a little action and a little horrific images or moments in it, rather than an actual straight up horror movie in regards to like just a booger monster around the corner going, blah, 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 or anything like that. Like that didn't happen. Like it was a really solid, like 7 or something with mixes of like more horror in it.
It's definitely more serious thriller than it is schlocky slasher cannibal horror film.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. No doubt about
it. Also, it's really smart because I don't know, this is just my opinion on it, but I do think that there's a moment in it where it kind of flips the moral compass a little bit, because you go in thinking one thing, right? And then when it gets to the middle of the movie, just about, you're like, wait a minute. I see what you've done here, sir. You've made me think twice about what my initial judgment was. Because that's really what it's almost like, don't judge a book by its cover until you know all the facts.
Yeah.
I felt like I was being preached at by Judge Judy. I was like, I get it.
Handsome Richard is what I call that guy, by the way. Every time he showed his face, I was like, I'm Handsome Richard. I can't say who I'm talking about.
That guy looks like he could be like the main guy in here. Yeah, one of the main guys. He looks like he could be in Old Spice commercials. Like he could take over for Terry Crews.
Goddamn right, dude. Yeah. Or like the most interesting man in the world from the Dos Equis commercials.
Yeah, we
can't talk about who he is because it's kind of a spoiler. But yeah, there's a speech midway through the film, and you're like, this shit's kind of smart. I kind of see what you're doing here. I see what you're getting at, you fuckaroo. But yeah, dude, I enjoy the shit out of the movie. Like I said, and you're right. It's far more suspense than it is horror. But where the horror does shine is there's gore. There's well done fucking gore.
Really, really good gore.
There's some scenes that reminded me of the type of gore you saw in Midsommar. Stuff like that. There's a scene in Brightburn that reminds.
I haven't seen that. Is it a movie that came out in the midsummer? What's that?
It did. Midsummer, actually. I believe it did come out.
No,
yes.
I still haven't watched it yet.
Well, there's a gore scene in that reminds me of a few scenes in this, and there's a scene in Brightburn, the gore there.
Oh yeah, that one. That one. I was like, how you doing, sir?
And they show it, dude. They don't shy away from it.
I know.
They get in there real nice.
Yeah, that's like watching a crime scene documentary, and they actually show the fucking body. You're like, why'd you do that for? I thought they were gonna be all reenactments, bro.
Get that out of my face.
Oh man, but yeah, you're right. Like the gore is really, really well done, and it's not like put in for just like shits and giggles. It's not just like, oh, we're just gonna throw buckets of blood for no reason whatsoever.
No. They pick and choose. They pick and choose their spots, man. They hit you with it at the right spots, and it's entertaining. It's definitely a film that has 3 acts. There's no doubt about it. I honestly thought the film was going to end at one point, and then I was like, "Fuck, there's 30 minutes left." And that's not because it wasn't entertaining. That was just because I thought we did it, and we didn't. We had so much to go through, and the movie's ballsy, and the twists and the turns that it takes, it goes all over the place. Like I said, the only way you're going to be disappointed with this movie, I feel like, is if you really wanted another Wrong Turn sequel. I'm not sure after watching a couple of those why you would want one. That's just us. We watched them all in one goddamn day. I'll put the video down below.
It's a dark night.
Yeah, we watched all 5 Wrong Turn movies.
No, it was 6.
It was 6. Yeah. That's weird. I don't remember the 6th one, but we watched all
lost in the dark.
Yeah, dude. We watched them all in one day on a show called Man vs. Movie. All the commentaries for that are back on our Patreon, by the way, and then I'll put the link to those below. But yeah, we didn't. At the end of that, we were like, please God, don't ever make another Wrong Turn movie. Please stop.
Yeah, I was so unenthusiastic when someone was like, did you hear they're making another Wrong Turn movie? I was like, hey, did you hear that? I don't give a shit. It was like, well, it's not against, like, nothing against the Wrong Turn purists. I know there's a lot of people that love the Wrong Turn series for whatever reason. That's fine. I'm just saying, for me, like Mike said, we went through a brutal watching of all those movies in a row, and it really it slapped the flavor right out my mouth like I was a hoe and I owed money to a pimp. Like it was slapped right out. And it's so, I mean, but this was surprising, which you go into and you're like, you saw the trailer, it looked really good, so at least it was promising, and then you watch it and you're like, holy shit. And for me, again, and you've already touched on this, I know it's a Wrong Turn movie, but it almost, like, and I get why it's a Wrong Turn, but it's not really a Wrong Turn movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. And I'm glad they did it. So
yeah, I'm glad they did it too. And like, again, I don't want to say exactly when or how long it lasts, because I really want everybody to experience it for themselves. But there's a good portion of the film that, honestly, even though nothing ends up feeling like it's if you wanted world building in the world of Wrong Turn, I feel like you might be disappointed. But the essence of Wrong Turn, being lost in the woods while you're being hunted, and it's scary as shit because you don't know what's in these backwoods with these fucking crazy weirdo wackos. The essence of that's there in a large portion of the movie, so you will get what you wanted out of that. And to me, they do it better than many of the Wrong Turn films did. The film turns on its heel at one point, and it goes to its completely different trajectory. And it's smart though. I liked it. The only thing I'll take away from the film, man, is that there is one gaping.
You need to get that checked out by the doctor there, Mike, if it's gaping.
Got a gaper.
When you fart, it sounds like the windy tunnel. It's so wide.
There is one gaping plot hole in the movie where the whole time I was going, well, why aren't we doing this? Why aren't we doing this one specific thing? But really, that same plot hole is in every single Friday the 13th film too.
Yeah.
So you can't really fault it too much for that. But again, I love the movie, man. The cinematography, the direction, it's a beautiful film to look at. I mean, this thing, it does not look like a direct to video thing, which by the way, it's in theaters for like 2 days only.
It should, yeah, it definitely deserves it. I wish it was like if theaters were open. Like to me, if theaters were open, this would be a sleeper hit for at least in the top, maybe the top 10 of my movies of 2021. If it was in movie theaters, it'd be a sleeper hit for me.
Absolutely.
But either way, yeah. And I mean, we're not blowing smoke up its ass for for no reason, like just to do it. It really is honestly an entertaining flick. And I again, even if you're a wrong turn purist and you want it to be a straight up wrong turn, I'm coming down to get you, Barbara. And it's not going to be like that. Even if you're that way, you will still enjoy the flick for all the good storytelling that they give you in it, and the fact that they do use the gore horror. It's all there, and then also people that aren't into the Wrong Turn series or have never watched the Wrong Turn movie would like this movie. And the thing, the beauty part is because this is a reboot. If you've never seen the Wrong Turn movies, you're not going to be lost. They're not going to necessarily follow plot lines that you can't follow. Like they're not going to reference something that happened in part 3 or part 5, and you're not going to know what they're talking about. So that's done really well. But yeah, dude, you're right though. The fear of being lost in the woods and being hunted or whatever by an unknown group that you can't see, and these motherfuckers know the land. Mm-hmm. It's like it grips your areolas, like being at a fill party at an ICP where the Fago is just flowing and you have no idea why you're there. It's like I came with friends, and why are there people with Fago that are trying to fuck me up because I'm not wearing too much baggy pants?
I know that fucking feeling, man. I'll tell you, too many times. By the way,
I know there might be ICP fan. Nothing against if you like the music, because everybody's all brittle chittle around here nowadays. But I'm just saying, like if you're not into that music and you go to a fill party or some shit like that, you're in a weird element and you're scared.
You're not been introduced to the gigolos and the juggalos.
Oh, yeah, the juggalos,
and the spaghettios. You
God,
won't know
I can't
what
wait
the fuck
for the
they're
fucking
doing.
hate to come on this channel. The jug.
Emma Dumont, the main girl in this, really good actress. She was great in the movie. Like you said, all the small actors did a really, really great job. Damien Maffei, our buddy Damien's in this.
Killed it.
He's got a cool little role too. He's not just running around with the mask on, even though that's fucking awesome the way he does that, and that's a talent in itself. He has some lines here and some emotion.
He reminded me of a dude from Winterfell in Game of Thrones. I was like, hey, dude, are you part of Jon Snow's crew, bro? Dude, it was a great cast. It was a really good production, and I can't wait for people to see it. I mean, I know that we're probably I'm going to give the movie an 8.5. I fucking loved it. Mm-hmm. I thought it was great. So I know that might be a lot higher than other people might give it, but I think 8.5 is a solid score for it. Just in my opinion, I think it was a really good, really well-crafted movie.
I'm right there with you, man. I thought it was shockingly good. And I thought if this was called something completely different, if you called this something that sounded fancy and you threw it on through a couple of film festivals, threw it on Netflix, I think people would be giving this an entirely different review than you're going to see people giving it. But because it's called Wrong Turn, people are going to go in expecting one thing, and I like that. I like being pleasantly surprised, and I can appreciate it. But we both definitely recommend the shit out of it. It's available, I believe, today. Whether you go to the theater to see it during the 2-day showing, or you can rent it digitally. Totally, absolutely recommend it, man. No doubt about it.
Remember, it's a great movie. It's a wrong turn, great movie, and it's not the wrong turd. Just get that straight, okay? Because the other movies were a lot of them with the wrong turds, but this is the right turd. Meaning the wrong turn. But
I got the wrong turn.
Again, really well done. I cannot believe how good of a job the dude did with turning this around and making totally redeeming yourself. Like that's how I look at the Wrong Turn series. I get 70 miles to the gallon on this hog. When you think it's over, it's not really over. Like Mike mentioned it, but there's one specific. I almost flicked it off, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? Like, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, keep your eyes peeled, man.
I was like, what the shit? I was like, holy, yeah, that I was like, damn, that shit got dark.
Yeah, absolutely check out Wrong Turn, guys. Let us know how you feel about it down below, because I feel like this is going to be a fun one to talk about. I can't wait till everybody sees it, and we can delve a little bit deeper in that butt crack. You know what I mean?
Got to get deep in there and clean it out for you. No problem.
Don't you know I like to go down to the butt crack?
I'm thinking about making me an appointment, get my colon cleansed thoroughly.
We love your fucking faces. If you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button to get some goddamn Wrong Turn way in the beanie cake.
Get up in there. Bye-bye. Barking.
What are you going to do on October 31st?
What are you going to do on October 31st?
Here comes that white-faced fucker, an asshole like no other. He's a big old piece of shit. Wants to stab your sister's tits cause he's a white-faced fucker. Loomis can't recover. Dr. Challenge drunk again, sleeping with your sister's friends.
Do you want to know about the darkness?
I said, goddamn.
Goddamn you, faggot!
I said, goddamn.
A lot of people don't know the darkness that goes inside their hearts.
I said, goddamn.
What are you gonna do on October 31st?